That's unfortunate. Nope. We're back.
Did you just kill the stream?
Oh, I sure did.
Hey, I was watching that.
Now we're back on a brand new stream. Don't worry about the conversations we had on break. You don't want to know. However, we're going to jump back into it. You guys are dismissed back to Vatica itself. A cover story for Thul's death has been released. That after a investigation, which turned out to be nothing, during a night watch, he was in fact attacked by a large predatory cat, which has since been put down and is no longer with us. Closed casket due to the fact that he is incredibly mauled, and by that they mean there's no body. But whatever. That's not in the story. And in a week's time, the funeral will be held, which is the week of free time that you are experiencing now.
Alrighty. 1 second.
So left to right, Kendra.
Spend the time researching between, not necessarily. I've already got probably what I can on my family history. See if our reserves have anything on capturing to demons or devils to lessen their influence or trap them away. Back to
So
the
you're looking
Simbalar
up how to trap a devil or demon?
for the sake of not necessarily just to trap them, just for lessen to destroy them or lessening their power or just get rid of them. More like holy fire, how to
I mean, there are
demons
exorcism
down.
rites. As far as people actually having dealings with devils or demons or anything, it doesn't happen a lot. Even in the outside world, especially not inside of Vatica. So you have exorcism rites. You have a couple of stories of the hero getting one over on the tricksy devil by carefully wording his contract or whatever. People dying and going to hell for dealing with devils, which is usually
Mostly, I know I'm probably not going to find anything, but I'm burning time trying to
yeah.
do something
So
productive.
give me an investigation check. Yeah. Ironcloak, what are you up to?
I want to go. I'm gonna go librarian too, just like everybody else.
Cool.
I want to go look up the
Cool.
Well,
one if there's any mention of the thing that we found, the scorpion wolf deal, the Shisuva.
Yeah.
Yeah, or what it was mumbling about, which was
Yenigo.
gonna go. Yeah.
Absolutely. Give me an investigation check, and you're on a watch list. Maja, what are you doing for the next week?
Are we back in Vatica or getting ready to?
Yeah, you have been sent to
yes!
Vatica, which you have only traveled to a handful of times. You don't live there, but this is new.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna kind of stay in the shadows as to not really scare people because not sure how they are used. If they're used to seeing a bugbear.
I mean, not particularly, but also most goblinoids in this world are bankers. So, like, it's not, oh my gosh, it's a goblinoid. It's like, oh, that's different. It's really big and different, but whatever. Yeah, no,
Scaring little kids.
not really. Yeah, goblinoids are known as bankers. Again, there's not a bank inside of Vatica, but it's still
question: Are
you know,
is the
you're
crew
not. They're not
staying?
oh my gosh, what the heck is that? It's gonna eat me and steal my children.
Is the crew staying in basic barracks, or are they staying at the D'Artagnan Manor again?
I mean, it's up to y'all. I don't know. Did you extend the invitation? Did they accept the invitation? That's the question. Okay, Ironcloak. Cool. I see that natural 20. That's cool.
I mean,
We'll
the
get to that.
invitation would be much more casual, but
To
it would be
do
there.
okay. So what's everyone doing currently?
Two
Reading
of them are
books.
librarying. Kedron and Ironcloak. Ironcloak got a freaking nat 20. Maja's hanging out. You're next in the list.
All
At the
right.
very least, I will invite Maja.
I'd just like to point out I deserve that natural 20 because last time I was in a library, the game screwed me over.
I accept no responsibility.
Oh, so
we don't know what you're talking about, Ironcloak.
literally. Anyways, I'm going to take my knowledge of the Arcana between Force and Lightning, and I'm going to try to make the Thunder version of Bolt.
Shock bolt.
No, Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt.
Sure, give me
It's
your roll.
super effective.
You're just gonna make this for every damage.
There are
type, aren't you?
limitations because I can't reasonably do Pierce. Poison would be frowned upon, and a couple others. Like, there's just. I do have limitations.
Ooh, Poison Bolt would be fun though.
So
You already
yes,
have a magic poison bow, okay? Or
so
acid
yes,
bow. Sorry.
I am doing this pretty much everything within reason.
Okay, cool. You have that. Iron Cloak. You might be on a watch list now. Just gonna throw that out there. Because some of the stuff you're getting into, like, they initially don't want to give you. That is not something that general public can obtain.
I'm not the general
hears that
public.
I'm getting there. McGear hears about it, vouches for you, kind of gives you a special pass there. Also, you're famous and a hero of the church. So between that, you are able to gather.
We're planning for our next journey. Access
Yeah.
to this. It's all good.
So Yenagao, the demon god of the Knolls. Not devil demon, like the abyss. All about consuming and also tangentially associated with pestilence, like disease. But the primary thing is hunger and hunting and consuming particularly sentient creatures. He's worshipped by the Knolls, which are a weird, barbaric, tribal hyena people. They kind of crop up in random different places. They don't have like a particular home. Yeah, very much about the eating of people. Shasuva, interesting creature. Very extremely rarely seen. And the only reason you're getting this is because of a natural 20. This is a creature that is, according to legend, right? None of them have actually been seen within hundreds, if not 1,000 years. Bestowed by Yenagao to a particularly devout, brutal follower of his. I want to say shaman, but it's like a shaman warlord mixed, because to be a shaman of his, you go to war and kill people and eat them. A lot. Unto a point where you impress Yenagao and he grants you one of these as a companion. According to legend.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. And that is the legends you are able to acquire within this time. 26 Arcana, yeah, you have a Thunderbolt. Congratulations.
Okay.
Anything else this week? Like the items that you haven't identified yet, or anything? I don't know.
I'm assuming it takes the 2 days to do the spell, so I'll use the other 4 day to ritual cast identification on the stuff if Kedron gives me the bag, because I bring it up with him.
I don't know. Bring it up with them.
I'll provide the items. So,
Cool.
You want me to carry around the items and not the bag so that I can put the items away?
Well, I figured you just go to wherever you identify them, and I'd.
I mean,
pull 'em out,
ritual
but-
cast takes what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yep.
So can we just like sit down at a table one night and
Sit down in like my private
Cool.
quarters or
Somebody
something.
pull up the bag of holding. thing and show me what you got in there that hasn't been identified yet.
Cool. While they do that, DM.
Mhm.
As far as the functionality of thunder damage for Thunderbolt, do you want it to be exactly like Firebolt, just thunder damage,
Mhm.
or do you want it to have elements of kind of like how Booming Blade works, where the damage won't trigger immediately unless they leave the, as it describes, they become sheathed in booming energy until my next turn, and if the target willingly moves out of sight of that space, which is 5 feet of movement,
No, it's
then they
a
take the
one for
damage,
one
so it's delayed.
of
Yeah.
Firebolt just with thunder damage.
So I think we have boots question mark,
Cool.
glaive question mark, and some sort of like necklace question mark.
Hand on a necklace, yes. Okay, cool. What you identifying first?
Drugs.
What was that?
Drugs.
The bag of medicine?
Yeah.
It's not magical.
We identified that a
not
long
nice.
time ago. We didn't get anything.
Yeah, it's just a bag of powder. It's not magic. It's not enchanted in any way.
Okay, so we have the hand and what other things?
Glaive and boots.
Yes.
I want to do the boots, the glaive, and then the hand.
All right, boots. They're the boots of striding and leaping from the DMG. You should just Google it. It's an official item. It is a +1 pike. Straight up, kind of a boring magic item, but not everything can be super exciting. Sorry. And then the hand. It's the hand of Vecna. You don't even need to make a roll on this thing to see if it's cursed. Make a roll on the other two real quick to see if they're cursed. I forgot. Hand, super evil. The most evil. Extra evil.
Not Nani.
It is literally just the hand of Vecna. 22 and
16,
15.
22, and 15.
You don't need the 15. Like, it's not even trying to hide that it's evil. It just is. 16 and 22, you don't catch any curses on these things. The hand is just straight up evil. It's the hand of Vecna.
Okay. Describe more.
Oh, sure. Let me just pull up the hand of Vecna real quick. Hand of Vecna. 5e. This one's a fun one. There we go. All right, the hand is a desiccated, mummified left hand. In order to use its powers, the wielder needs to cut off their own left hand at the wrist and press the hand of Vecna against the remainder of the arm. The artifact is magically grafts itself onto the wearer and becomes a functional limb. Removing the hand of Vecna will invariably kill the wielder. Powers. Once attuned to the hand of Vecna by lopping off your own hand and replacing it with that, a creature change its worldview towards neutral evil. The artifact grants supernatural strength as well as a boost to cold energy to spells and attack dealt with any weapon held by that hand. Sorry, trying to find actual stats for it. Where is Critical Role Hand of Vecna? That's the one I wanted. Yeah, so you cut off your hand, your alignment changes to neutral evil. Your strength score becomes 20 unless it is already 20 or higher. Any melee attacks, melee spell attacks you make with a hand, and any melee weapon attacks made with a weapon held by it deal an extra 2d8 cold damage. It has 8 charges. You can use an action to expend one or more of these charges to cast one of the following spells. Spell save 18, Finger of Death, 5 charges. Sleep, cost 1 charge. Slow, cost 2 charges. Teleport, cost 3 charges. And the hand regains 1d4 plus 4 expended charges each day at dawn. Each time you cast a spell from the hand, it casts Suggestion Spell on you, spell save 18, demanding that you commit an evil act. The hand must have a specific act in mind, might have a specific act in mind, or leave it up to you.
If you
That's amazing.
if you're casting to commit something evil, does that satisfy the previous?
Maybe.
thing, or do you have to do another evil thing after
You
that?
might have to. It depends on whether or not the hand's satisfied.
It's up to the DM.
But no, like as soon as you attune it, you immediately become true evil, like neutral evil. Like there's no save.
So does McGear understand all this after casting Identify on it?
Yes. This is the mummified hand of a truly evil, incredibly powerful, undying entity of just magnitudes of evil.
We should
Question
cook it
is-
and eat it.
Are you telling any of us about it?
I am considering not doing that.
I mean, you're all sitting at a table, is what y'all told me. So
Yeah. So McGear finishes identifying the hand of Vecna and goes, and you can. What's your passive perception again, Kedron?
20?
perception or insight?
Perception.
I mean, they're both the same. They're both 20.
So,
Yeah.
so basically, McGear's going to get goosebumps. Granted, he's wearing large robes. So if you see the goosebumps, good on you.
Probably with a passive of 20. That's really stupid high.
Yeah.
And McGear kind of goes, I'm not going to mention what this does. I will also say that I should hold on to this for the time being. This is not a good thing to hold on to.
So you're gonna hold on to it?
Yes.
We're in Vatican. What else are we supposed to do?
But if it's not a good thing to hold on to, why would any of us hold on to it?
Remember half the things we've dealt with? Same reasons.
What half the things we've dealt with?
Underdark, Feywild, everything that we've had to deal with. There's a long list of these types of things that we've been around or have had to deal with. This just happens to be pocket-sized. And this terrifies me.
So why don't we destroy it?
Destroying it would be probably a service to the general public. I also think that given the nature of our questing, it is also a what is the equivalent of a Hail Mary in this universe? Because I don't want to be sacrilegious in the way that I say stuff.
I don't know. We'll just say it's in translation because I mean, technically, y'all aren't speaking English anyway.
Fair enough. This would be a very effective Hail Mary in a very dire situation. One that would require drastic repercussions.
So it's evil.
Oh, very.
And,
Absolutely.
And you want to use it.
Use it? Absolutely not. But if we have to choose between one bad or another, like our previous situation,
And where did that get us?
alive.
Thul's dead. There's this untold evil that's out in the world now.
It got us alive to actually warn the general public and not have the blackness consuming everything unchecked.
Sure would be nice if the pocket dimension seller dude would randomly show up.
I will say that the way to utilize this is to cut off your own hand and stick it in its place. And it will graft to you as your new hand. And it will give you a wide range of abilities, but it comes at a cost. It will drastically warp your worldview to a very unpleasant disposition, and upon using its powers, will cast a spell known as Suggestion, which is outlawed here in Vatica
And most of the world.
and most of the world, um, to influence the user to commit a atrocity.
So you're telling me that you're gonna keep this thing just in case you might need to use it to stop some greater evil. Which using this will put you on the #1 most wanted list of like 90% of everyone.
Yes, but you'll be there to kill me if I do it, because that's what it would come to.
Right, but if we can
Truly
kill
as
you,
dark as you say, suggest we turn it in to be locked away, hidden from the world.
either we destroy it or we turn it in. We're not. I do not fear
Destroying it
teleport.
would be the better option then, because I
Then how do we destroy it?
did I get that from the stuff.
There was nothing in that description about destroying it or not that you got.
Is there an inkling of how vulnerable or invulnerable this type of thing is?
I mean, it's really powerful magic.
I'll just cast banishment on it, guys. It'll be fine.
That would be a bad idea.
I'm pretty sure banishment only counts for creatures, not objects.
Disappear for 2 seconds.
My
It
suggestion,
used to be attached to a creature.
yes, whatever this creature was incredibly evil, incredibly powerful, and I don't know how this thing has survived to now. And like I said, this thing genuinely terrifies me. As for destroying it, for the level of magic power that it wields, it would require likely equivalent or stronger. The void that we're about to lock up is an excellent solution if you ever wanted to unlock it. But given the situation, I don't necessarily. I get like a little closer and lower toned. Trust as much as I used to, as far as our superiors. And I definitely don't want someone curious enough to try.
I don't want that thing on us.
Do you have
There's a fireplace over there.
It's worth trying.
I was just noting that there is a fireplace in the room that you're in.
Oh, there
Oh,
is a
there-
fireplace? That's pretty neat.
Oh, absolutely. Why not? You're in a freaking mansion. Why wouldn't there be a fireplace in this
Oh,
little
oh,
conference
you're
room?
talking. Okay, you're talking about.
I mean,
was
we're
like-
in my quarters. I imagine there would be a fireplace in my
Yeah.
extremely luxurious
Like,
quarters.
well, we
Yeah.
could attempt killing it with normal means. I mean, why not cast it into the fire? I don't like this, as I still think it's potentially usable in a dire situation. But if this is what the group consents, then so be it.
Into the fire with it then.
Is Marja with us?
I extended an invitation to stay at the
Yeah.
D'Artagnan estate, but I don't know if he's in this room.
I came with y'all.
Yeah, he's a...
Laura, what's your thoughts?
On what?
Keeping the hand or burning the hand?
I think we need to destroy it, but I don't know that burning necessarily.
So here's a random question, and as far-fetched as this is, could I cast Dispel Magic on it?
Sure. Cast a spell magic on it.
Would that do anything?
You can
find out.
certainly try.
Anyone against this? No?
I think it's best. Know little about magics and miracles, but this is your territory, more so than mine.
Come on, natural 20.
Oh, you don't need to roll for this. Just cast a spell.
Okay, I cast
Just
the
use
spell.
the spell slot. So you've cast a spell magic on things that it didn't work on before, and like it just hits it and disintegrates. It is rebuffed. It is slapped away in a metaphysical way. And if the way that you feel the two magics interact could scoff, there would be a scoff in the way that it is just away from itself. In a metaphysical magic on magic way. There's no actual movement, but it is like taking a pebble and throwing it at Mount Everest, hoping that it shatters Mount Everest.
See, my mama always told me, you can do anything you want to do if you try long enough.
Weren't you an
Actually,
orphan?
your mama didn't tell you nothing.
Yeah, that that's what I was saying.
Sorry,
Weren't
go
you an
ahead, yeah.
orphan? That's Kedron's response.
That was me, not character.
Okay. So yeah, you did, like, you just feel it in your soul, the magical equivalent of throwing a pebble at Mount Everest, hoping that the pebble shatters Mount Everest.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Hey, you guys have had it for a while. At least it hasn't like affected your minds yet and tried to make you do anything with it. So that's
Or
comforting.
So we think.
Or so you think.
I mean, based on what I've read, it's like basically the effects only take place once you've attached it to yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Other than that, it's just a mummified hand.
Well, that didn't work. Like, not even close.
So I'm assuming you suspect the fire won't do anything.
If it's magical nature of these things usually requires equivalent or stronger magic to destroy. But I walk over and grab the fire tongs and place it into the middle of the coals.
It sits there, fire raging around it. Just
I take the
No
coals,
change.
I take the tongs and pull it back out.
it's not even warm.
Yeah, this
Locked
thing's
away then.
I mean, we could
where? Do we actually hand this over?
throw it into the void.
You want to go unlock that thing again?
No, I don't want to go do that. If we did that, would it get rid of it?
Absolutely. But what happens if this thing attunes to it? Does that make the void stronger? Does the
Yeah,
void
but
destroy it?
you said it. You had to cut off your own hand, and that I know of, the void did not have a hand
That we know of.
or a stub to put.
How much do we understand of that? We know it destroyed Alara's axe, so it's definitely
Yeah, so
stronger.
Maja's sitting in the room and has no idea what you guys are talking about when you're talking about the void. You guys are terrible at information formalization. I just want to put that out there.
I have
Y'all
not
need to
said.
take some training.
I'd like to point out that we haven't stated where we found this thing or anything like that.
Also true.
We're just bringing up something
I
called the
haven't said
void.
anything. I just finished another bout of infosec training and sexual harassment training, and I'm good.
Why did you have to take infosec training?
I was making a joke in character. Kedron.
Oh, got you. Okay, cool. I thought you were talking about you. I'm like, why did
Because,
you
you
need to
know,
take infosec?
stupid refresher trainings.
Yep, I'm aware. I'm aware. Okay, cool. Anything else with this stuff this evening?
Basically, we just need to come to a consensus. Do we hand this over, or do we take it with us? Because there's no good place to hide it here in Vatica, aside from handing it over to be hidden. And we have no means at this time of destroying it.
My vote is handing it over to be locked in. We can't be having this. It's too much of a loose end.
But if your dad doesn't trust them, Should we?
Did I get the sense that my father did not trust the keepers?
There was something going on there. He was supposed to have a conference with the head keeper, which he has not done yet.
It sounded
You
like he
imagine
just
there's
said
been
that
appointments
not
set. But
necessarily that they didn't trust him.
yeah, he wanted more information, basically.
If we don't turn this in, we have to swear we do not attach it, no matter what the situation is. And we will only find a way to destroy or conceal it from the world. Will you all swear to this?
Deal.
Maja, don't you do it. I will end the campaign if they wake up in the morning and you have that thing attached to your wrist.
No. I was swiping something off my hands.
Okay. That was gonna be like, I will end the campaign. That'll be it. We're done. Maja kills everyone, and I'm going to bed.
Welcome to Starfinder, everybody.
Yeah, right. All right. Iron Cloak, your response to this conjecture?
I mean, God dang it! It's the lesser of two evils, so why not?
Very well. Next morning, you guys are summoned by High Inquisitor Dortenen. Except for Maja.
Hey.
Sorry, you haven't been read in yet. Hey, Maja, did you ever submit the paperwork to officially request to join their next expedition?
I would imagine so.
Okay, cool. You have spent a day doing paperwork. It's not fun paperwork. It's very long and very tedious because paperwork.
I'm banging my head
Um,
against it.
Yeah, right. But you have not been officially accepted yet, so you are not part of this briefing. Sorry, new guy stuff is new guy stuff. I had a conversation with the head keeper. This motto of yours dates back before Vatican itself. Individuals who joined with Vatica to help the church to seal away heretical texts and such were previously members of other organizations that trace roots back to pre-calamity. We have no reason to believe that there is any real substantial connection other than a passed down set of ideals from whoever held those creatures to the current keepers. At this time, extensive research was done into the matter over this past week, and this is what we came up with. Sort of we assume that there was a group whose job it was to keep these extremely dangerous things pre-calamity, from what we've seen in that place. Post-calamity, a few survived, started new organizations to help keep things safe, watered down, passed along,
So only
eventually.
a tangential intersection.
Perhaps they were the great grandfathers of the current organization, yes.
So you're saying that there might be more than one facility?
Unknown. We have no reason to believe that there is, and we have no reason to believe that there isn't. We truly don't know.
You're also saying whatever's in there predates the calamity?
Based off of the technology that we saw down there, the fact that some of the rooms were made out of perfectly smooth stone substance, others made out of perfectly smooth metal with no seams, and the weird magically displaying data glass, more than likely, yes.
Fascinating. McGear notes a couple things in his.
You will not be passing out those notes ever to anyone. You will not be sharing them with anyone inside of your own organization either. Also, an application has come across the desk of the Cardinals for that bugbear outside to be officially joined to Phalorum DA when you're next sent out. All the paperwork's in order. His commander gives him a shining recommendation. However, you do have final say.
I mean, I've not even met him really.
He's been around this week. He's around. But you haven't probably had a whole lot of conversation. He takes the packets out and throws it on the table. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter until the next time you're sent out. Although the keepers did mention they're very close to possibly having a direction for you. Let's just get to know him. Make your decision.
There should be some stuff in the paperwork explaining more about Maja. Maja, you care to share?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is an extensive background check, basically. Like, what do they find poking through this file on you?
Raised with Dole in the orphanage. Close friends. Was protected more than once from Dole while being bullied growing up. Eventually went into the city watch, then became a soldier.
Dole
and
is small.
Yes, but we're brothers. And then what did we decide on the soldier? Was it private or officer? Trying to
You an
remember.
officer, you did attend the academy.
Yeah. And
He's like, at this point, he's like, not fast tracked because you guys have been absolutely fast tracked for your participation. He's still the equivalent of like an O1. Like, he's a butter bar.
Yeah, you're a pleb.
A pleb with power.
City Watch non.
Accolades look good.
I mean,
Yeah.
And personally, I don't like taking hits as I kind of glance towards my neck.
How do you glance towards your neck?
It's kind of like one of these, like looking more towards your shoulder.
Sort of
Yeah,
like
okay.
rub the neck a little bit too.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't. Is it something we have to decide on today?
Not now. Like I said, there are possibly directions coming down, but nothing today. Not until after the funeral, which is in 3 days' time.
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking a couple of days to
Absolutely, get to know him.
get to know him.
Part of the thing.
I mean, we gotta trust whoever we're.
Absolutely, I agree. Well, that's all I have.
If we bring on another member, how much information are we allowed to bring them up on? And I mean, everything that we've done so far.
If he is inducted in, he will be given an oath of secrecy, and then everything.
Interesting.
He will be fully read in.
Whew.
All right, another 3 days. During that time, and then we will jump into the funeral, which I would like to be able to handle tonight.
So, what'd you say your name was?
Maja.
Maja.
I got nothing to do with my free time, so I'm going to. Can I do the radiant version of?
Sure, make your roll. I hope you roll on that one at this point. It would be hilarious.
That would be my luck. Just because I'm going to be going to sleep tonight, I'm just going to choose to roll an 18 and add 8 to it for my Arcana.
Sure. Ironcloak, you were saying to Maja?
Yeah,
You have your radiant thing.
So,
Yay!
what?
I feel
What
like
do
you
you,
need to increase the amount of time for those.
I wish I could learn a new spell like every 2 days.
So it's just a cantrip that he can do this with, and literally all he's doing is changing the damage type right now.
1 second.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I gotta use the restroom.
So Kedron, I guess.
Okay. Is all we're doing this and then the funeral?
One little thing after that.
Okay.
So we might end up actually running a little long tonight. Yeah, funeral, one little short thing after that shouldn't take too long, and
Remember,
then
I have a short thing to
Yeah.
toss up like near towards the end.
yeah, that's fine. Like I said, the short thing after the funeral shouldn't take long, and the funeral is mostly going to be a cutscene, so
Yeah.
it shouldn't take long either.
I'm just
So if
trying.
anybody's watching, hi, how you doing?
So how about
Having a
that
great
weather?
weekend, I hope. Yo, the weather, straight trash.
What are you talking about? It's 52 and cloudy.
Yeah, they put me on the patio today.
Mmm.
No,
That was
How you
cold.
like that Missouri weather, folks?
not ooh. The entire rest of the restaurant was absolutely slammed. I had like 9 tables all day.
Oh.
Hey, Brian. After I get the majority of these damage types, I'm going to try to create a mishmash version of prismatic bolt.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot harder and a leveled spell.
Probably.
Anyways, hey, Maj is back.
Hey. So,
Hey.
Must be the money.
How you doing?
how, like, I don't know.
Jason?
What do you bring to the table?
Well, I'm big, bad, scary. I've got a. I can reach further than all y'all.
I mean, minus
This
the
thing's really hard.
We don't-
long reach thing, Alara's literally all those qualities.
So
Well,
was
now you got
very
2.
small.
so was his brother.
Are you hazing the new guy?
It sounds like he's actually conducting an interview.
Yeah, I'm not just like, oh yeah, this guy might be related to the dude who just died in our party. Let's just let him join us. Kind of like we've done with everybody.
I can keep secrets better than most y'all.
Oh yeah. What's a secret you keep?
My prized possession,
And what's that?
my gold tooth back here.
Wow. Good to know you keep secrets.
Or all the trophies.
Oh yeah? What kind of trophies you got?
I got some shrunken heads. I got some teeth, some fingers.
Yeah, all of that would be super illegal, just FYI. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, and I'm saying this with a grin on my face. Because,
Okay.
It's
you know,
sarcastic.
how normal.
Okay,
bug
cool.
are.
I thought you were trying to say you actually had that. I'm like, well, that's a whole can of worms you didn't hit me with before. Okay, problem.
No.
I thought I was a psychopath.
Dad, none of us would do that. That'd be stupid. That'd be really dumb. So,
If you look inside her bag of holding, there's literally vampire bones in there.
bro, you look in my backpack, and I'm just getting burned at the stake.
I mean,
Like, how many things of creatures do you keep in there?
I've got a not trophy from just about every like big boss fight we've had.
some of them, like anything biologically degradable, getting a little ripe.
No, like most of it's like fangs and
Oh, okay.
spikes and stuff.
Anyways, continuing the interview.
So I don't know, interview stuff and things.
And proper interview answers and things right here.
Hey, there we go. That's pretty neat.
Nice.
He big and he bonk.
How How tall are you?
Oh, I know I wrote this down somewhere.
Like 7 foot stupid is what you told me.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that.
Interesting. I bet you I can still reach higher than you.
I could probably throw you higher.
I still beg to differ.
How tall is it? Is your character?
Pretty sure he's like 6'1". Or,
Wait a
no,
minute,
hang on.
You
I have
put him at like 5'10", I think, and I was 6 foot because I've
I'm
done like
5'10".
a
That's
whole
how I am. Yeah, I'm 5'10".
Kedron 6 foot, then 5'10", then
Like
short.
3 feet something.
And then
No, Alara was 4 foot something. I thought.
She's like
Oh,
4'2".
yeah.
3'6". Yeah.
I still laugh every time I remember how short you are.
Yeah, I keep like a graph of sizes in my head of all the characters, not exact sizes, but who's taller than who.
So what is one disadvantageous quality you have?
I'm not very good in social interactions. Like, this is making me a little nervous right now.
That's okay. I fall in that category as well.
I would never have guessed that, McGear.
Ah, really? I thought you were very astute.
The only thing you do more than talking is eating.
Hmm. Speaking of which, hey, Maja, do you have a sandwich on you by chance?
Nope, I just ate my last one. Sorry.
That's alright. I'm sure one of the D'Artagnan servants will be around shortly.
Migir just uses all of the D'Artagnan house staff as sandwich delivery.
Dude, it's free food. How could you not do that?
So McGear gains like 5 pounds this week.
Absolutely not. He's just one of those metabolized people. It just works.
I
So you're
don't,
saying he's young Josh?
He's young Josh.
Excuse me.
I don't know. Ketrin, Alara, you guys have
I've also
anything?
lost like 30 pounds in the last month, so.
No?
Kedron's not there at the moment for the interview.
Alara's already gone to bed. She was very struggling.
So it's just McGear and Iron Cloak.
Cool. You want to play a little bit of good cop, bad cop?
I'm down with that. Who's who?
Good question.
Both bad cop.
I believe it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything else.
Man, if some of my stuff wasn't secrets, I would definitely like use them to like haze. But
So with interview over, we will then move forward a couple of days. Kedron, was the thing you wanted to do like right now or post funeral?
Post funeral.
Post funeral, cool. We move to the funeral. This is being held in the same place that you guys were gathered first, the Grand Cathedral of Vatican City. It is packed. Everyone who is everyone is there. All of the leading families are present. All of the rich and the elite. A casket is brought in by bearers to beautiful organ music, and is set up in front of the congregation. The Pope himself is there to give the service, which is a huge honor. Like, this doesn't happen hardly ever. The Pope comes up to the front, and in a augmented voice to be loud, right? Thaumaturgy. Today, we mark the passing of a hero. This man went out into the world to face its dangers and to protect those that would seek holy relics. Came back unmarred and glorified. only to die to a fell beast within our own borders. It's with great sadness that we gather today, but we know he has been accepted into the tranquiline halls of eternity. No, heaven is not called the tranquiline halls. It's a description in this case. Yes, McGear.
Did the Pope just openly lie?
Either he openly lied or he himself was misinformed.
Hmm. Very interesting.
One of the two.
The Pope's a sussy boy.
Ooh, sussy baka.
Now,
Yeah, you can edit that out of the YouTube.
Nah.
it's staying. It's living on the internet.
Do it. Don't care. You know what? That might get us a few viewers. Who knows? I'll show up in a wig next week. It'll be great.
Ain't gonna be long for Brian's wearing skirts.
You know, if he gets his
Get the
viewers.
views.
No, absolutely not.
It's
Come
not a
on.
skirt. It's a kilt. Anyways, stop it. We're in cutscene mode. It's the Pope right now. Hush. Dang it, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, beast, blah, blah, blah.
Tranquiline halls.
He then gives a prayer in Sylvan. There's some standing, some sitting, some repeating back. Overall, a very beautiful ceremony. At the end, the original pallbearers do not come forward to gather the casket. Instead, the back doors burst open, and in march in 2 rows more members of the Order of the Shield of Faith than you have ever seen in a single place, wearing ceremonial loincloths, because this is a special occasion. Marching in with the 3'5" gnome at their head that you guys know to be the head of this sect. This is the one that Thua belonged to.
I just have like this image in my head of like them all walking down there with their like one class. Oh, shield bash.
Oh, yes. I'm getting there. That is basically what's happening, except it is in Sylvan, and it is a praise chant, praising the All-Father and asking for his protection in battle. Like, it's borderline a haka, and it's dope.
Gotta love that
They all
Gregorian
are
chant.
all armed, which usually also doesn't happen in the Pope's presence, but there they are. They go up and array the entire front of this cathedral. The gnome hops on top of the casket and raises a huge mace above his head, like compared to his body, like it's a regular size mace. Compared to his body, huge. One-handed, and shouts at the top of his lungs, "Today we do not mourn the loss of a brother. He has gone ahead of us to fight the battles of the All-Father and to guard the pearly gates themselves. Today we celebrate." And 1,000 voices, "Oh, oh, oh," ring out as they pick up this casket on their shoulders and begin marching out while still howling at the top of their lungs.
A warrior goes forth to fight in the Tranquiline halls.
Something like that.
Valhalla.
Yeah, that's the vibe. Straight up. Like, he has been assigned to guard the pearly gates themselves. You, the very last person in line comes over to all of you sitting there and hands you a piece of paper for the group before joining the march and marching out. Upon opening the paper, it is an invitation to a second ceremony. A ceremony to be held by the Order of Shield of Faith in the mountains to the north of Vatica, in their dedicated monastery, the place that they were founded. A little bit of history on this place, right? Let me grab the name of it real quick. I have it written down. This is part of the last minute prep I was doing earlier. It's called Thalion Nuyar. Nure. It's Niore. Noire. There we go. Thalion Noire, which is Sylvan for Hero's Tomb. A little bit of history on this place. You know the last guy who bore the Dawnsbreaker sword that you're after, that
Josh.
led. No, this is the sword of Joshua. That was the original bearer of the sword, the last known bearer of the sword. The person who led the crusade to capture Vatica from the Hotelek, to drive them out, the head general that wielded this sword. His name was Daman Royite. After Vatica was founded as a country, he gave up all soldiering. He was done. He spent the last few years of his life in this monastery that they built to denote the most extreme north border of Vatica. He took a vow of silence for those last few years, to spend his life in deep meditation and contemplation of the word. After he died, he was laid to rest there. Out of respect and honor for him, there has not been a single word spoken inside of this monastery since. Like 1500 years ago. You do not speak inside of this monastery.
Is Thule being laid to rest there, or
Yes.
here? He's being laid to rest there.
He's being laid to rest there.
Oh, nice.
There have been maybe 6 people laid to rest there ever since then. And all of them have been the heads of the Order of the Shield of Faith. Not even all the heads have been laid to rest there. And you guys have been invited to attend this ceremony. It'll be, I think, like a week's travel. Once you start hitting mountains and stuff, it gets a little rough. To partake in this ceremony. There.
Oh yeah, McGear's absolutely.
Oh,
going.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, this is where they came from. They were the original guards for that place, and then they kind of branched out from there. But that is their origin. You all travel through Vatica. It's safe. You're on the main roads. Murder chickens. It's not season for them right now. They're out of season, so you're fine. Yes.
Darn.
How did Ketrin's dad handle the loss of a relic that went with Thule?
I mean, no one's happy about it, but things happen, right? And there's currently an ongoing investigation into that, but as of right now, they haven't really assigned any blame. Needless to say, no one's happy about it. But
So
it's one of those things where, like, okay, like, we don't know, like, what else they could have done. Like, it's... Yeah. So anyways, continuing on with this.
So we're
Um,
following this caravan all the way up there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, then I will take a night during the travel to venture off on my own.
Okay. Sure. Do you want a private chat for this, or...
It's fine.
Okay. What do you do during this one night? I don't know. You taking it out in the middle of nowhere? You taking it near town? Like,
It can be a couple days out. It doesn't matter where it's at.
okay, cool. Go ahead.
I will venture out and find a nice-looking hill,
Mhm.
just kind of overlooking the scenery, and I will take out from the bag of holding the Thule's heavy maul that he had stored in the bag of holding because he was not equipped with it at the moment, and he had one of his
Yes.
other weapons with him at the time.
Yeah, he had his relic with him.
Yeah. And I will set it up as a memorial spot out here. Kind of stick the handle into the ground with the
Mhm.
maul facing up as like a memorial stone sort of thing. And I will bow down, sit in front of it, and say, I failed you. I failed to protect you. But here I vow I will not fail to protect the others, they will not meet your fate as long as I have will to give. I will protect them even if it means going against everything I know and believe. This I vow to you today. And head back out towards camp.
Yeah. The rest of you, Kedron kind of goes off to do whatever for a little bit, and then comes
Brian,
back.
did you kind of pick up what was going on there?
Yeah, you've been reading Stormlight Archive.
No, I didn't. No, yes, I did, but no, that's not what I'm doing. Private
Paladin?
chat real quick.
No, sorry. Paladin.
So how about that weather?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, Kedron says, oh yeah, as long as I have will to live, lightning bolt. Shouldn't have put a metal rod in the ground like that.
You know the funny thing? I was literally wiping the stuff off my hands wherever.
We're back.
Never mind.
You follow this caravan. There is never a moment where this casket is not guarded by at least 10 of these people. Like, it does not touch the ground. When guard changes, they hand it off. Like, this is a highly ceremonialized send-off that is usually reserved for very well distinguished leaders of this order. All the way north, marching the entire way. No one else is riding. Like, none of the members are riding. You start to get up into the foothills and then the mountains, and it gets cold. They don't put on any more clothes the entire time. To be fair, the women are wearing a little more clothes. They got like the nice chest binding going on, right? They're not minimal requirements. We're just gonna throw that out there before somebody makes that comment or makes that fan art, in case anyone is watching. No. No. Yeah.
Gonna stop us from getting our first fan art.
It's gonna happen eventually anyway. You probably already made it, so hush. Eventually you make it to this monastery. You are way up north. Like, honestly, you're past what most people even consider Vatica at this point. Because once you get into the mountains, it kind of becomes wild land again, right? It's untamed, it's unclaimed by really any nation. It's almost the Himalayas. Not a whole lot lives there, as far as peoples go. And really no country claims it. It's just almost impenetrable. Almost. And there is the lone monastery. Outside of it stand 2 guards. And as you get closer, the head of the group comes back, Norin Corrado. He's been spoken of as. Comes back to your group and goes, all right. Firstly, thank you for coming here. He spoke highly of you, from what the others have said. And we believe that it's important to let those closest to him be here for the final resting. However, there are rules that need
As
to
he
be...
says that, I'll glance kind of over at Maja.
Yeah. I'll just standing there. He has no idea who you are, though, probably. Like, him personally.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Not fully.
Huh?
I was saying not fully yet.
Yeah. There are rules for entering this place. No word has been spoken here in over 1,500 years. To break that, you would be put to death. So do not say a word. From the time that you step over that threshold until you step back out, you take a temporary vow of silence. Other than that, it shouldn't take long. Feel free to rest the night here. You will be given quarters. We do ask that you leave in the morning. This is a very holy and sacred place. You know that some people can submit to be sent here if they want to get away to a place of seclusion and silence and meditation, right? There are some like Christian world leaders in this world who have donated ungodly amounts of money to be able to come and meditate in this monastery for like 2 weeks. But it's a very holy place. So yes, be respectful, don't touch things, and above all, don't speak. Good?
Nod.
You're not inside yet. You're still outside. You haven't gone in.
Still nodding.
Yeah, that's fine. You proceed forward. As the halls are entered, it is dead silent. The only sound is the pattering of feet on the ground. Into the main chapel you go. And there are spots in the floor up near the front, about most of them 3 to 6 feet long, depending on the size of the person buried there, and 3 feet wide, where different colored stones have been placed. Some sort of symbol or some sort of just rough likeness of whoever's underneath, denotating where people have been laid to rest. To the far right, there is a new hole and a series of new stones ready to be placed over top. In complete silence, they walk forward. They lower him into the hole. They form perfect ranks. And in perfect unison, with no orders given, with no signal that you can discern, even with your very keen eyes, they all salute, right hand to chest, in perfect unison. Hold for 30 seconds. Everyone goes back to attention. And stand there, while 3 men in brown sackcloth robes, larger, one of them being a cow person. What Caduceus Clay was.
Yeah.
Whatever, doesn't matter, they're big.
For Bolg.
For Bolg, begin placing these stones over top of the casket. As the image comes together, it is a golden maul, Thul's chosen weapon. He will be forever interred here and forever remembered as a protector and a warrior. As the last stone is placed, another salute, an about face, and a silent march back out. The rest of you are left standing there as a man in sackcloth robes approaches and motions for you to follow. You all are given rooms for the evening. You are given a simple dinner
Before I
of...
leave,
Yeah.
I'll go up and place my hand on the tomb, look back at Maja again, look back at the tomb, and give a nod.
Return the nod.
Well, when I nodded, I was looking at the tomb, but
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I looked at you and then
miss-
looked back at the tomb and nodded.
Gotcha.
Kedron, a golden shimmer crosses that golden maul that you're touching just for a second. The briefest second, you're not even sure you really saw it. Maybe it was just the sunlight hitting it strangely. The evening is spent in total silence before morning comes and you are all led out of the building and back outside. I'm really glad none of you spoke while you were in there and had to be executed, because I might have also ended the campaign on that one. Yeah. 1,500 years of silence. Broken by whoever. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, you just have McGear in the corner. Like, well, now that's done. You want to go get a sandwich? Death.
Yeah. You all return to Vatica. Wow, perfect timing. As you return to Vatica, you do receive orders to meet once again in the sort of cartography building attached to the library, and is once again met with the old, very decrepit keeper standing in front of a big old map.
The elf guy?
Yeah, the old guy, the one that gave you the guy where to go last time. Hello.
I got taken by pirates last time.
Before we get all the way
Yeah.
over there,
For sure. Anything in between, go for it.
So are we signing this, or what are we doing? Is he coming with us?
I have no qualms, personally.
I say we include him.
I'm
I
assuming
have,
Alara's cool with it.
Yeah, Lara's cool with it.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
Yeah, if you guys sign it and send it in, we'll just do a quick 1 day break, and then Maja, you get read into everything that happened. You get a full brief, not necessarily from them, but you get briefed.
You
As
know,
are,
at the very least, the official story.
yes,
Okay.
no, like yeah, yeah.
I'm
you
going
don't
to
talk about
regale
that.
him with tales of the bandits and the murdered chickens.
Oh, it's all in the reports.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he gets a briefing from like his guard like from, well, not from, he gets sent to a briefing by his guard captain. There's someone there who handles his briefing, and then he's sent to hook up with you guys when you're summoned.
So this briefing person knows of like the dragon and stuff.
This is a very high level briefing. Like, it's probably one of the organizational head aides.
Interesting. Okay, carry on.
So, well, you only told your uncle about the dragon, right?
No,
Oh, he ran that up the chain.
and I had that conversation directly with the head keeper.
Yeah, so they both, like I said, organizational heads. Yeah, they're aides. So like they work for the head of someone. Anyways, you all go in there. It's the same old guy as last time, right? Hello. Got some more information. This time we have location on the remaining two. We think not in the same place though.
Of course.
Why would it be? That would be easy, and the Hatalek hate us, or at least they did before we killed all of them.
Of course.
Very well, what do you have?
All right. So firstly, if you look at the map here, and you go all the way north, well, not all the way. We believe that we know that their survivors, a group of them, retreated into the mountains. Deep in the mountains. Now, the people who live around the bases of the mountains, and even some of the mountain dwellers, have rumors of a hidden mountain city built into the mountains, like in a cave or something. I don't know, probably geothermal vents, whatever. We believe that may have been their last holdout. We think, perhaps, given their pagan magics that they had, they might have been able to survive the harsh weather conditions and hold up there. It's a possible place. Between that and the hieroglyph that you all found with big mountains pointed at the northern tip of the compass, we find it to be a safe guess.
And the other?
So the Hatzalek's progenitor city? And again, this is based off of scraps of mythology from them that were recovered during the crusade and weren't just outright burned, very few. We believe that they originally came from an area of land that doesn't exist anymore from pre-calamity. It was somewhere in this region, and he circles on the map Ocean, off the east coast of the continent.
I'm looking at the map right now. Off the east coast of what country?
Let me pull it up real quick so I can give you an exact thing here. As far as fantasy map generator. Boop a doop doop. So I can actually do all my zoomies and stuff. Load machine Egnia. That one. Don't care. Load it. The Grand Duchy of Myburia.
And the other one was in the mountains in the no man's land.
Yeah. Well, probably somewhere in that region. So the area he circled was kind of the north no man's land / starting to get into the Soutnesian Empire.
All right.
But in that general vicinity. Now, as far as help with the mountains, there's not a lot I can offer. Go look in that general vicinity, talk to locals around that area. They might be able to help you. However, the ocean. There is a scholar with which we've had contact, which is how we know about this a little more, whose entire realm of study over the past decade has been he's been searching for a sunken city in that general vicinity. They might be the same. He might be able to help you get to it. He hasn't gotten down to it himself. He's used heretical arcane means to view it remotely a little bit. But we work with what we gotta work with sometimes.
You mean like a superpowered clairvoyance spell?
More like doing some weird enchanting things to attach sight to some sort of specially constructed crystal ball and dropping it off the edge of a boat.
Oh, so it's underwater?
Oh yeah, sunken. Like way underwater. Like
No.
1,000+ feet down, yeah.
No. I don't want to go.
Really deep, yeah.
I no longer want to do this.
Have you guys heard of the Kraken? Let me introduce you.
We've already been introduced, Kedron. That wasn't enough of an experience.
Oh, shoot. I forgot my backpack in Azurland. I'll be back in
Never.
6 decades.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, you all are given that information. He's like, take your time deciding. In like a week, we're gonna have a ceremony to send you all out. Just walk out of town. Decide or don't later. But there, you gotta find them. There's where you're going.
Fabulous. So we can go freeze in the north. We'll go
Yes.
down in the east.
Freezing sounds
I
great.
mean, preferably don't drown or freeze to death. But yes.
I'm
Well,
gonna
all
have
right
to
then.
more spells.
Cool. One last thing before we kick out. McGear, you've been librarying around, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because you work there. You've been there quite a bit. Interesting thing. And now you're hearing it here in Vatica too at this library. So you guys, especially the main library in Vatica, has sort of an agreement with the library down in that one city that you guys shipped out of.
Caliber or something like that.
No, Marion.
Okay.
Where you guys actually like got ships out of.
Right.
Markers? There we go. Yeah. Martin, sorry. Martin. And they have very close ties with the library in Chilling. Right? They have a little like portal, and they have like book sharing programs and all that fun
Mhm.
stuff, right? You've heard rumors of people coming back for research in Marion, that the librarians in Marion, say that 5 times fast, have been whispering that they have not been able to get a hold of anyone in Chilling for like a month. Just radio silence.
Oh no!
Yeah, McGear knows what's up with that and keeps it to himself.
Okay, cool. You just hear the rumors, dude. That's all I'm getting.
I
Like
don't know
that.
what else to do with that,
All right,
honestly.
all right. Hold up. Screen fades to gray, and this is when he knew.
He messed up.
I could-
Anyways, with all of that, I did tell you guys before we ever started this game that RP level ups would be a thing. That was a solid 2 months of RP with like very little combat. Thank you for sticking with me through that. Things had to be handled. There was a lot of story and background stuff coming up over these 2 months that we got handled. I enjoyed it. I know some people get bored without combat. I do apologize for that. There should be more combat heavy stuff in the future. Everyone levels up. Congratulations.
Yes.
And for the first time in the history of ever, a DM actually made it to the point he wanted it to make it to at the point in time he wanted to make it to. Like, this is where I wanted to end this 2-month stick, was giving you guys your 2 new locations and letting you decide where to go, and we'll pick up with that in 2 months.
Ain't no way in heck we're going to the ocean. Literally zero.
Yep. Nope.
I mean, eventually you kind of got to.
No, we don't. Nope, that's somebody else's job.
No, that's
Is this
literally
a
your
Iron
job.
Cloak thing or a you thing?
That is a Iron Cloak will literally never go there ever.
So, Brent, how do you put in multi-class stuff in?
Actually, real quick, Brian, do you want
5e?
to?
Oh yeah, signing out next week, guys. We will be back to Starfinder. I probably won't be here, just FYI. But we will be back to Starfinder, so it doesn't matter. Jacob's DMing anyway. So we'll be back to 5e in 2 months to see where these guys decide to go to Deep Ocean or the roof of the world. And until then, Deus Volt.